Some of the most expensive homes in Central Florida aren't near the beach. They're on a chain of 13 lakes you can boat across without ever trucking a vessel. This is Windermere, southwest of Orlando, and it's where Arnold Palmer and Jack Nicklaus Golf, invitation-only communities, and trophy lakefront estates all sit on the Butler chain of lakes. I'm Ryan Solberg with MaxLife Realty, and I help buyers find the right home here. So let's answer the real question: is Windermere worth it? First, what Windermere actually is, because there's real confusion here. An Englishman bought roughly 150 acres on the west shore of Lake Butler around 1885, and the town was named after Lake Windermere in England. It was officially chartered on February 2nd, 1925, and it's the oldest continuously inhabited town in Orange County, west of Orlando. But here's the catch: the incorporated town of Windermere is tiny, about 2.7 square miles and roughly 3,000 residents. The much larger 34786 zip area around it is what contains Isleworth, Keens Point, and the Reserve. When a listing says 34786, check the subdivision, not the zip. Here's the single most important thing to understand about Windermere. It exists because of the Butler chain of lakes. This is a system of 13 interconnected freshwater lakes covering more than 5,000 acres, linked by 32 navigable canals. You can boat end to end from lake down to lake fish without ever loading a trailer. It's the only chain like it in Central Florida, and back in 1985, it became the first lake system in the entire state to earn Florida's Outstanding Florida Waters designation for its water quality. That chain is the whole reason Windermere commands the premium it does. So where will you actually live? Windermere isn't one neighborhood. It's 6 distinct enclaves, ranked roughly from most prestigious to most accessible. Isleworth is the flagship, Central Florida's most prestigious private golf community on the Butler chain, invitation only, with most of its inventory never even hitting the open market. Keens Point is guard gated on 1,200 acres with a Jack Nicklaus course, and Tiger Woods bought here early in his career. The reserve at Lake Butler Sound is just 48 ultra-exclusive custom estates, and downtown Windermere is the historic village soul. Walkable Main Street, no gates. Now, the main draw, and the thing buyers always test: the lake life and the golf. Lakefront homes in Isleworth, Keens Point, and the Reserve typically command a 30 to 50% premium over interior lots in the same community. That's how much the water matters here. On the golf side, Isleworth's course was designed by Arnold Palmer and is consistently ranked the most difficult round in Florida. Keens Point has the Golden Bear Club, a Jack Nicklaus signature course. And if you don't own waterfront, you're not locked out. RD Keene Park has a public boat ramp onto the chain. Families ask about schools first, and the 34786 feeder pattern is one of Orange County's strongest. Windermere Elementary is an 8 out of 10 great schools campus right in town. Bridgewater Middle is a STEM-focused 9 out of 10. And Windermere High, which only opened in 2017, has already climbed to number 4 in Orange County, with U.S. News ranking it number 65 in Florida. For private, Windermere Preparatory School is the standout. It's the only school in Central Florida offering the IB diploma program, and it was named Niche's #1 best private school in Orange County for 2026. Just remember, school assignment depends on your specific street, so always verify zoning before you close. So, what does your budget actually buy? Windermere spans an unusually wide range. The downtown village tier runs from about 600,000 up to 2 million for historic town proper homes. Entry gate luxury, Keens Point interior, Providence, Belmere lands in the 900,000 to 1.5 million range, mostly conventional financing. Mid-luxury gated estates run 1.5 to 3 million. Ultra luxury is 3 to 5 million and up, where cash dominates. And Trophy Lakefront, the Isleworth flagship and reserve estates, runs 5 million to 20 million and beyond, mostly cash, and often never publicly listed at all. Location is one of our Windermere's quiet advantages, and there's a counterintuitive twist to it. Walt Disney World's main gate is only about 15 to 20 minutes away, and Universal Orlando is about the same. Dr. Phillips and Restaurant Row are just 10 to 12 minutes south. Orlando International Airport is 25 to 35 minutes via the 528 Beach Line, around 22 miles. Here's the twist. Downtown Orlando is also 25 to 35 minutes off-peak, but it climbs to 40 or 50 minutes in the evening rush. So Windermere is actually closer to the theme parks than it is to downtown. Here's the one thing almost every buyer gets wrong, and it comes up at nearly every showing. People assume buying a home in Isleworth or Keens Point automatically gets them into the golf club. It does not. Isleworth is invitation only. It's a buyer approval community that rejects or simply doesn't respond to roughly 40 to 60% of inquiries. And at Keens Point, Golden Bear Club membership is completely separate from owning a home. The club is private and capped. So the home and the club are two different transactions. If exclusivity and a real gatekeeper are what you want, that's a feature. If you assumed the house came with the course, it's a costly surprise. So, is Windermere worth it? If you want lake first living, real Butler chain access, championship golf, and the most exclusive addresses in Central Florida, it belongs at the top of your list. I put the full breakdown, every enclave, every price tier, the schools, the golf clubs, and the commute on our Windermere page. And if you want me to walk you through it in person and find the right home, call or text me at 321-373-3536. I'm Ryan Solberg with MaxLife Realty, and if this was helpful, subscribe, because I break down a different Central Florida community every week.